150. Next up, 175 is the next shortest. Spectre appear at random, slowly moving towards your formation. If Spectre reaches your formation, instantly kills your frontmost champion and disappears. Yeah, we can hang with that. So the Haunted Jungle is next, because they shouldn't ever get close. Right? They shouldn't ever get close. Gold going. Get Shandy's speed going. There they are. We should, basically what I'm saying is that we should finish the level before they touch anybody, but yeah, it's working. I'm like, is that how it's going to work? It is. In the jungle, I pick beasts. The thing about this is your champions will attack them, but your familiars, your click damage are going to kill the actual other enemies instead. Which is why you see them dying instantly in the background. So the game prioritizes correctly to keep you alive. So because we're instantly click killing things, we should never be on a level long enough for those specters to actually get to us. Because I can click kill through area 200. So, and we're only going to 175. We're only going to 175. So we're up to 2,100 gems. Good. 21% of the way there, folks. Look at that. Look at that. Got making progress over here on variants. I'll close that. I don't really care to track it. Ordered 2 boxes of tea from Amazon. They sent me 2 cases, 40 boxes per case. Seems legit. They said keep it. Yeah, they don't want to have to deal with it. I mean, that's enough tea probably for your entire life, right? As long as it doesn't go bad, is my understanding. Man, I wish they'd do that for the coffee I get my mom. She'd... I buy like 4 boxes of it at a time. Lasts about a month. They could send me 40 accidentally, and I'd be like, thanks. Thanks. Go to cure to item level 400. Should I keep going? I don't know that she needs an outrageous amount. I can't remember what I have on her on my main account, but she's probably fine. I ate the cream egg earlier, J-Dog. I even said, hey, J-Dog, guess what time it is? And then I ate a cream egg on camera. That was like at 3 o'clock, man. Yeah, a few years back, Lauren gifted me for like the holidays a gift card to one of the tea places, and I don't really drink tea, so I bought tea for my mom, and and she enjoyed it, but I think there's still some left. Like even what little like we bought, like I haven't been able to get through it all because she doesn't drink tea like all the time, and when she does drink tea, it's usually like sweet tea and not like hot tea. God's name is a cream egg. It's a Cadbury cream egg. Yeah. What is sweet tea? Oh my god. Okay. So so there's like around, in the United States there is generic tea. There is iced tea, right? And it is a very specific generic type of tea. It's not, It's a very generic tea. But usually you either have your iced tea plain, or you sweeten it, like tons of sugar in it, and that's just referred to as sweet tea. Like it is its own, almost its own recipe. It's not iced tea with sugar. It's just you order sweet tea, and yeah, that is a thing. Like you go to restaurants and you're like, "What'd you like to drink? Sweet tea? All right." They know exactly what you mean, and they bring you sweet tea. So it's just a sweet version of iced tea. There's also sun tea, which is a whole different thing. You can't get that at restaurants, but you can make sun tea, and that has a different. It is different. It hits different, and that's you take your jar with your tea in it, and you just set it out in the sun in the summertime, and it heats it up with just the natural sunlight. I don't know why it's different, but instead of like doing the hot water thing and then cooling it off, like it's a whole other thing. Yeah, whole other thing. Boggles my mind that most American households don't have an electric kettle. What would we need it for? Like, just for tea, right? It's not a thing here. We have a instant hot water machine, but that's for well, you can use it for tea, but most people do it for like a cup of noodles or something, right? Can be for tea. Iced tea is just tea with ice in it. Well, but it's a very specific kind of tea. It's not like you wouldn't make like iced tea out of like Earl Grey, and you wouldn't make sweet tea out of that either, right? There's like Lipton and Louisiana, like it's a very just a generic tea. As a Brit, what the USA does to tea has historically been offensive. Look, there are people that will fight you over sweet tea. They will absolutely fight you. You know who would fight you over sweet tea? Is Briv's creator. I can't remember his name at the moment, but he loves sweet tea. He would probably fight you over sweet tea. Went to the South and ordered iced tea, and they brought you sweet tea. Yeah, that's all they're going to give you. That's the default. That's the default. Anything with that amount of sugar will end up being tasty. Well, that's coffee to me. Like, this when I was young, and like, I tasted coffee, and I was like, that doesn't taste as good as it smells. And so then sugar cube, sugar cube, sugar cube. Okay, now it tastes better. But like after as much sugar as I had to put in it to make it palatable, I'm like, why am I not just drinking a soda? Like same amount of sugar, same amount of caffeine, tastes better. So yeah. Make the tea in a mug and then microwave it. Wow, there's gonna McTribble. You're gonna get in trouble in chat, I think. I think there's some people judging you. Adam Bradford, yeah, that's who loves the sweet tea. In the US, I have a hot water kettle. My wife loves her tea. I mean, if you love tea, you're gonna have a hot water kettle, or you might just have one of those hot water machines. Lifted equals not tea. Look, here it is. It is a black tea, yeah. Sweet iced tea is generally here is iced tea, and sweet tea is usually a black tea. I grew up drinking tea because it was caffeinated and sweet, uh, and cheaper than soda. Way cheaper than soda. That was the big deal, right? So you wanted your caffeine and you wanted something that tasted sweet. You had well, sun tea most of the time, but yeah. I love the smell of freshly made roasted coffee. Yes. But my tongue objects to the taste. Yes. I've never like for coffee to taste good to me, you've got to add stuff to it, like Starbucks frappe, whatever stuff with. It's like, and at that point, it's not. That's a milkshake. So it's just to me, it's like I get so disappointed. I walk into coffee places. I always wanted a job at a coffee place, but I knew that they would never hire me because they'd be like, "What's your favorite coffee?" I'm like, "I hate coffee, but I love the smell. I just want to stand here in here and just bathe in it all day long." When I do, Starbucks actually made a coffee ice cream for a while that was delicious. It tasted the way their coffee smelled and made me so happy. Oh yeah, you can make sugar-free sweet tea. You just need a sweetener of some kind. And you can order unsweetened. That's the thing. If you go into the South, if you order iced tea, it's going to be sweetened. You have to specifically say, I would like unsweetened iced tea. And then they're going to judge you. They're going to look at you over their little thing and they're going to be like, sure about that? All right. Like, you're going to get super judged. Or they're going to say, and this is judgmental too, I need you to understand, well, bless your heart. Like the worst thing someone could say to you in the South. Well, bless your heart. Oh, you just got so judged and they did not approve. Oh my God. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I don't pay attention to the app formerly known as Twitter as much as I used to. I do follow Gail Simone, but it was just they took away my like tweet deck. They made it a paid function of the site, and I won't give them any money. Not after what they've done to it. Confused what spec is Penelope's goal find? There isn't one. It's just a core function of her. Yeah. Wait, Coffenia likes coffee? Who'd have thunk? Who'd have thunk? They massacred my bird app. They did. All I ever used from the very first time I started using Twitter, I was like, "Oh, this is not functional." And then I found TweetDeck, and set it all up with columns and everything, and lots of different stuff. And yeah, and then they took that away from me, and now it's like, well, they want my access to everything that's going on in the world. Like I had a very well curated uh, set of lists for everything I'm interested in. And nope, I post occasionally, but yeah, bless your heart in the U.S. is the equivalent of "Oh, my sweet summer child." Yeah, it's like, oh, you really don't know any better, do you? That's oh wow. Got the E50 favorite first time ever. This is wild. Yeah, nice. Now wait until you take that and do another deep run with it, and get even more, right? Like, yeah. So this is going to be 350 for a reward. We'll probably be over 2,200 at that point. So we'll have 2,600 gems. So we'll have knocked out over a quarter of our goal in one afternoon. That's solid. That's what you want. If you're going to save up gems for a familiar, you don't want to spend more than 4 or 5 days, like at most a week, saving gems. It slows down your progress way too much. If you have to slow down your progress that much, it's too much. It costs too much. You need to be investing. You need to be picking up speed champions, something to make gems so you can earn gems faster. Something, because that ain't it. Because a familiar isn't going to help you earn gems faster. Not much. Not much. Your E101 event favor. I still haven't broken E101 and E100 in event. I think I get into the E80s and I just don't care. I'm like, that's enough. And I don't try. Hi, Caffinia. Thanks for hanging out. Yes. So if the most expensive blessing, like the global blessing, is E48, then what you need is E02 higher. So E50 with the same number. Like if it's one E48, then you would need one E50. So if you have higher than that, you can buy it just fine. You can buy it just fine without setting off the warning. Always have this warning on. Always. That way when you come down here, like I was able to buy this, but I wasn't able to max these out. So when this warning pops up, you just want to nope right out. So at some point I will have to do another deep run in Tomb, but not at the moment. I'll be able to get Azaka and Dragonbait without having to do another deep run here. There's no need to waste my time. At E25 favor, we're on cruise control to unlock Dragonbait. At some other point, I'll come back when I have much better gear, much stronger champions. It'll be super easy for me to get an increase. You know. But what I really wanted was turn back time. That was the big thing. That's why we did a couple deep runs early to get E25, was to pick up this blessing. Getting an extra time gate piece every week. Yes. Yes. Yes, please. Because this means I get 2 a week from 2 every 5 days from a natural drop. With Mert means that I get another 1 a week. So that's basically 3 a week, which sets me up to do these flex slots during an event, and have manual time gates fairly regularly outside of that. What champions in seat 6? That's Shandy. This is Shandy, the hero of Baldur's Gate. She's a member of the Heroes of Baldur's Gate affiliation, but her song is called Shandy, the hero of Baldur's Gate. She's a speed champion. She speeds without gear, so she starts out at 25%. She speeds up the entire game like a speed potion, 25% faster, and with a feat, 50% faster. She's great. Do I have a Zaka yet? No, that's what we're working on. Zaka first. Zaka first. Because the thing is you need Dragonbait needs, where's he at? Sorrow's Resolve. 35 Tomb Adventures or variants completed, right? Whereas Procession Part 1 needs 30. So why would you go past this and do Dragonbait when you could just do this and then Azaka's Procession Part 2, and then you'd only need 3 more for Dragonbait? Like, it makes sense to pick up Azaka first. It just makes sense mathematically to pick up Azaka first. You're basically using Azaka's unlock stuff to get to the goal that you need for Dragon Bait. Thinking of completing all the variants and patrons of Tomb and Waterdeep first. I think that would be enough currency to buy all the patron chests. What do you mean first? I don't know what you mean. I also don't know what your main, like how far your progress is on your main. Spot all the Celestian blessings, nice. All right, Lediath, enjoy your food. I mean, I don't stop and do, like, I'm doing these variants because they're required for me to get Azaka and Dragon Bait. One of those will be a variant that I want to do for Mert, just one. And then I'm going to move on to Waterdeep. And if I have to do another Mert variant again while I'm in Waterdeep, I'll find something easy that just gives me some currency for enough currency to keep buying Time Gate pieces every week. And Modron. Well, man, we're going to have to work a little bit to get that Modron chest, I guess, to figure that out. But I don't go all in on patrons until Baldur's Gate. And even then, it's not even all in. It's just that Baldur's Gate has a bunch of good, efficient patron variants. Sword Coast ends, but it's a never-ending campaign. But they actually haven't added anything to it in a very long time, which is disappointing. But if you've like gone through and unlocked all the evergreens, and now you're like, well, now I want to do patron stuff, then yeah, if you want to, Tomb is really easy. The problem is Tomb is also really low level, and usually you want to start at like the highest for patron variants. You want to start at the highest clears that your account can clear, because you're going to earn more influence and currency up front that way, and then work your way backwards towards the easiest. So it's reverse order. You don't want to start with the easiest stuff first. You want to start with the hardest thing you can actually complete. Buy a bunch of perks. Try something harder, right? And then once you hit that cap, then start working backwards. And then, yeah. Stopped adding the Underdark map and then started doing for this. Yeah, they finished the Underdark arc which is what that was a campaign, that was an old book or something, is my understanding. It was some they were following some old content thing from the past, from pre 5e, is my understanding. And then they decided to do the Vecna arc next, but we haven't had anything else since then. They would all of a sudden add Exandria and load in the Critical Role champ. Oh, look, people have wanted that forever, and we got Spurt. Now, the only reason we have Spurt is because Chris Perkins works for Wizards of the Coast, right? So it was easy to do. But there's that's not just a Wizard. That's not a Wizards of the Coast property. It's a Critical Role property that happened to get published through Wizards of the Coast. As a whole, so it's not necessarily on the table for adding into the game. That could be. There was a time where I was like, you know what we really need? Before we ever got Dungeon Master and the kids, I was like, you know what I would actually pay for in terms of content? I would pay for a DLC that opens up the 80s campaign, so the Saturday morning cartoon campaign, and you would get Dungeon Master and all the kids and stuff as part of that, and you play through like with Venger and everything. But then they just went ahead and added Dungeon Master. But I was like, that would be cool. But you could also do that with Critical Role, I think. You could add an Exandrian campaign and champions and stuff if it was like, and people would pay for that. It would be one of the things people would pay for, but It's so much content. Like it would be so much content out of their normal content cycle that they would have to they would have to be doing really well to be able to then spin up another content creation team. That's, you know. Shandy from a natural time gate? No, I chose her. She's my second manual time gate. Krull was the first, and Shandy was the second. My free one was Eliwick to get me a second. Or anyway, my free one was Eliwick. I think it was the best shot I had, option I had out of my free ones. That's a big drop, Delco. That seems odd, but it could just be from Ceramorphosis. Losing a tadpole stack. Archon was a guest on Critical Role. I mean, Spurt was too. Archon was first, but Archon was in the game because of Force Grey. All right, Cal. Enjoy dinner. Yeah, if you have an absolute adversaries formation and then you lose one tadpole, you lose a lot of power from every member, which could total a lot potentially. Yeah, Archon then became more of a canon character in Descent into Avernus, yeah, which is how we got Krull and Torikar. Imagine if Idle Champions was Lego Dimensions. I don't remember Lego Dimensions, but I'm guessing it was like all different kinds of the Lego things. I played a Lego MMO like in a beta once, and it was neat, but I don't think it went very far after that. I was like, Lego MMO? Yes, please. And then it was okay. Reminds me, I still have like the Lego Star Wars games to play on Epic. I was gonna play those on stream, and we just never found the time. Wonderful. And Delana has a better purpose than that. Did I finish Dave the Diver? I did. Yeah, the full playthrough is up on my YouTube. I'm waiting right now for the Godzilla crossover. We went back and did a stream where it was we replayed through the Dave the Diver X Dredge crossover. It was good. But there's a Godzilla crossover coming to Dave the Diver. We will definitely stop if we're still doing. We'll probably still be doing Idle Champion stuff, but we'll definitely stop and do that. Where are we going? 175. That's right. This will be the last adventure we do today. All right, McTribble, thanks for stopping by. So yeah, we're at 2267. This will add 350, 2600. Yeah, so we're going to be over 25% of the way to our goal. So today is Tuesday. Tomorrow, we'll be firing this back up, and we'll do another variant first, and then we'll unlock Spurt. Because we'll start off with a variant because we'll be a little early before the timer comes in for the flex slot. And then we'll flex Spurt. We'll do Spurt's unlock. And then immediately shift and do split the party. So we can get our Modron core. That'll be huge for us. not going to be a lot of instant power, but getting that power rolling will be good. And then we'll go back and we'll do spurts variants, tier 1 variants. If there's any time after that, we got Shandy, who knows? If there's any time after that, then we'll go back to Tomb. But it'll most likely be that Friday will return to Tomb of Annihilation to continue the variant push towards Azaka. So we might, maybe, wait, where are we at now? 22 out of 30. Yeah, I don't know. We might get to Azaka on Saturday. I don't know. And then if I don't have a lot to do Sunday, we might have another pop-up Sons of Valhalla stream on Sunday. Split my party yesterday. Nice. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with the back. I need to figure out a good strategy for the background party this time around. Because a lot of times when I'm playing a new player count, I just ignore it. And I feel like that's not a great idea. There's probably something I could be doing in the background. So I just got to figure out what that is. Maybe alternate, maybe do one variant, start a variant in one and start a variant in the other one. And then when I finish the first one, I load up another variant, but with a garbage group, and then come over and push another one and then bounce back and forth. That might work. That might work. I don't have the familiars for gem farms. It has to be a manual. I have to be swapping manually between them. So, well, I'm going to get a lot of influence. Well, we'll see. Overwhelming force here is on my list. Once we get, it's going to be the 27th variant we do, or adventure variant we do. This will be a 450 area clear for Mert, which will be a solid chunk of influence and currency. And that's kind of where I'm looking for the next. I'm hoping, we'll find out. I don't know exactly how much it gives anymore because of the way they changed the formula. So I'm good. We'll see how much progress that gets us towards the Modron component chest. Yeah, that's another thing this run is trying to figure out, is how much, is this, like, what is a good path? Are we following the most efficient path? And we'll find out. We'll find out. Swapping manually, it's not a gem farm, it's a gem sweatshop, exactly. If I don't complete a tier 4 variant, next year will the same champ still have the same reward in tier 4? Yes. Those are permanent rewards. It's the only place you can get them. Once you claim them, they're claimed forever, but if you don't finish it, then it's still going to be there next time. All your progress will be saved. Basically, the next time you run into that champion in an event somewhere, it's going to be there. And if they change time gates, which we're really hoping that they will, well, our real hope is that they make time gates work with this new permanent progression system. In which case, then that would be another way, but that's not how time gates work right now. Time gates, you can do tier 1 stuff in, but not beyond. What I would really love out of a time gate rework is you open up a time gate and you get the 2 base adventures and all 3 variants. And you can push through and complete an entire tier of content for that champion. I would love that. If it stays the 2 adventures in 1 variant, man, that's too many time gates to try to work your way through all the tiers of content. I mean, that's 12 time gates. Nah, that ain't it. That ain't it. Yeah, right now you could only finish tier 1 variants, and you'd need to do 3 time gates to finish all of tier 1. So time gates really aren't for that right now. Like, that's, you don't necessarily want to burn your time gate pieces for that right now. You just want to focus on picking up champions that you need, or trying to get or targeting epics on champions, right? You don't have to do it back to back, Mathilis. You would have to do 3 time gates for the same champion. It doesn't have to be back to back. So what I'm hearing is I should buy this Penelope Capybara pack. It's, man, it's tempting. It is tempting. Not gonna lie. On my main account, I think the only thing that's kept me from pulling the trigger is this right hand. The finger on this right hand, like the fingers on him, it makes me uncomfortable. And maybe it's just because it's such a bigger version. I can't notice it when it's smaller. Yeah, the capybara is cool. It may happen on my main account. Oh man, it has to happen soon, doesn't it? Dang it. If I miss Gale's immolation feat this event, I can't ever get it till he returns next year. Currently, that's the way it works, yes. But like immolation is not a, it's not like a, oh my god, this is a game-changing feat. It's fun little functionality, so you're not missing. It's not the end of the world. There isn't really anything in this game that's the end of the world if you don't get it right away, to be honest. But yeah, until they change, again, like we hope, they change time gates. You can't get access to those tier 3 and tier 4 rewards until the event rolls back around. Yeah, it would also help Nathalis that way. It would also help with achievements. It would just make it real easy. Because right now, I mean, you're spending 3 time gate pieces. If you think about the new economy, 3 time gate pieces gets you a champion and up to 12 chests, and potentially, and a bunch of buffs, and potentially 2 permanent rewards, right? When they have them. Like if you complete them all, then when they add it, you get it automatically. So that's a lot of value for a time gate. So to spend 6 time gate pieces to just get 3 gold chests, like a champion and 3 gold chests, and none of the rest, feels weak now. They've kind of, they upped the game, and now they need to adjust it, in my opinion, for time gates now too. And we're in an ad break. Oh, turducken. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, it happens. Now that hopefully, well, I've got to test this on the other profile too to make sure that the noise canceling is working once again. But I go back to gem farming in the background. That's the big thing. Usually, I want to have my main account gem farming while we're playing. But the fan noise was just way too much for all of you. It just makes the stream feel weird. I think everybody's back now. Yeah, sometimes it works out that you time get a champion and then suddenly they give that champion away. It's happened so many times over the years. I mean, you get more gear for him, so and a shiny little outfit. Tempting Elminster's coasting the finish. I don't think it's going to happen. My Vondra's not quite a strong enough tank. Do you have Miria available? Miria in the formation would help Avandra survive. But yeah, I had some issues doing tier 4 stuff, trying to tier 4 tank with Avandra at like 1600. Like the 1400 and 1600 areas. I was having troubles with her. I had to switch to someone else. I don't remember. Don't forget Miria. Don't forget health potions. It's a good number to be at while gem farming with a 4-gem Briv. Whatever you can get. I mean, I don't know what my number without potions is, but when I'm a double potion stack, which is basically 10x speed, and a gem potion, I'm around like 25,000 gems an hour. So you'd have to reverse the math on that. I don't know what it would be without it. But whatever. I mean, look, I don't even really pay attention to that. I just did it because I knew people were going to ask. So I tried to get the calculation. As long as my Briv gem farm is moving efficiently, like it's not sitting too long at a wall, getting too many stacks, then whatever I'm getting, I'm happy with. But yeah, you don't have to actually tank with Miria. You can, but if even with Miria in the formation reducing damage if Andra falls over, then yeah, try tanking with Miria. But then you got to remember Miria wants to be adjacent to the DPS too, so. Okay, to 450k is possible per day. Is it? I don't know. What is 24,000 an hour? That's 576,000. But I don't leave my. It's 576,000. When I don't leave my computer on 24 hours a day. So. Thought about it. When winter rolls around again, I can do it. During the summer, I can't do it. My room gets too hot. In the winter, I welcome the warmth. I welcome the warmth. Well, item levels help make her tanky somewhat. So. Right, so this scary restriction about, oh no, if a Spectre reaches our formation, it kills my front post champion. Well, so what? They never get that far. So we clear the level before they get there, and we actually clear them off pretty well. Hitch helps. Bouncing those daggers around. The new player should use Penelope. If you can get her in your formation and level her up, she's slot 12, so it takes a lot of favor to get her off the bench and into the formation. But yeah, I mean, she has she's got a nice stuff going on. Plus, she can earn you up a bunch of gold with story time. So that's why she's in the middle of the formation right now. She's getting lots of story time attacks. So we got a bunch more gold find going on. And that's great for new players. It's just you need a lot of favor to actually get her into your formation. And just when she's like at level 1, she's doing nothing. You've got to get her. Got to give her leveled up. Like level 20 is when she gives you her buff. 50 is when she puts those swarms out. which is a whole other situation. 100 is the buff that triggers off the swarms, because the swarms are just as slow at first. So 100 gives you the buff, and then 150 starts getting you gold find. So 150 levels on a bench seat 12 champion is a lot of gold. So the reason I have her in is because I'm at E25 gold in this campaign, so I can get her in. I can level her up. Yeah, she got a lot stronger with her rework, so she's definitely worth your time and attention, especially for gold find. So deep pushes where you're trying to boost your favor, throw her in early, next to us, surrounded by a lot of champions, so you're getting lots of attacks in, and get these swarms out. As you start slowing down dealing with the bosses, it makes the gold find go up even more. And that's what you want. You want your gold find to start climbing as you're getting into the harder difficulty stuff. Really climbing, because that helps you buy those upgrades that let you kill those bosses and move forward. I don't even know why I'm leveling up my champions. We're just going to click through the next couple levels and be done. Yeah, and Penelope early on would have a pretty big heal on tanks, yeah. Yeah, healing is bigger at the start of the game. If I move Penelope up here, well, we would need Chewinga Mask, but once one of these enemies hit those clouds, she would be dropping a decent heal on Briv. What would it be at? Chewinga Mask, 1200 HP every second, and Briv's currently at EO4, so yeah, 10%, a little under 10% of a heal every second if she was up there. All right, we finished it. We finished.